Welcome to Regency's online VBS. We're so glad that you're here. I know we're a little disappointed we couldn't have VBS in person, so we wanted to bring VBS to you.
So if you're watching this video on Facebook, do us a favor, hit that like button and the share button, and just let us know in the comments that you're watching. If you're watching on YouTube, there's a like button there as well, and we'd love for you to comment to let us know that you're watching. The other thing we want you to do, we want you to grab your phone. We want you to take a picture of you and your family. Okay, we're going to do it. You ready?
Yeah, let's do it.
Here we go. Take that picture and post it to social media. Use the hashtag RegencyVBS. We're going to go and share those and just love to see your faces to let us know you're watching with us.
That'd be awesome. Hey, so if you got a Vacation Bible School kit, from that kit you're going to need a couple things for tonight's lesson. You're going to need your Sharpie. You're also going to need your clear plastic cup and your colorful ping pong ball. It'd be pretty clear what you're going to need that for. If you don't have those items, that's okay. You probably have something around your house that you can use for it instead.
It's going to be a lot of fun. And one thing that's going to be fun is this coming Wednesday night, if you're living in the Mobile area, then we invite you on July the 22nd from 6:30 to 8 p.m. to come join us for a drive-through ice cream celebration event that we're having here. It's just a time for us to be together. You can drive through, get some ice cream. We'll celebrate with you real quick as you head on out, and just it gives us an opportunity to thank you for joining us for our online VBS.
I'm excited about that. So our theme for this VBS is bedtime stories.
Yeah.
Everybody loves a good bedtime story. Eric, what's your favorite bedtime story?
I always enjoyed reading Pete the Cat to my
great
kids.
one. That's a great one.
bedtime stories. What was yours?
I know ones that we're liking these days with our kid is we like Goldilocks and the Three Dinosaurs. It's a pretty funny one. Yeah.
Sounds like a plot twist there. So bedtime stories are awesome. Everybody loves a great bedtime story. But the worst bedtime stories are the ones that leave you terrified. We don't have one of those for you, but we do have some videos that will help us learn how to overcome the fears that we might have. So let's hop right in.
Houston, did you hear that? Who's there? That was weird. What a crazy dream. I'm not afraid, I'm not afraid, I'm not afraid.
Wait, why are you laughing?
Because you guys aren't scary.
What do you mean we're not scary? Of course we are. We're monsters.
We're the scariest monsters you've ever seen.
Guys, you can stop that. I have no reason to be scared of you.
Well, you're a kid and we are monsters. You're supposed to be scared of us. Why aren't you scared?
It's simple. I'm not scared of you because I know my dad is in the room next door. Every other time I've been scared, I've called out his name and he came running in here to be with me, so I know where he is when I need him.
He sounds like an awesome dad.
Plus, I know God is with me. And because God is always with me, I don't have to be afraid of anything.
So because God is with you, you don't have to be afraid of monsters like us?
Nope, I don't have to be afraid of monsters, giants, or anything. Just like King David in the Bible when he had to fight the giant.
Who is King David, and who is this monster giant that he had to fight?
Let me tell you. A long time ago, the army of Israel and the army of Philistines were getting ready to fight each other. Then one of the Philistine warriors, a giant named Goliath, walked down into the valley. Goliath was over 9 feet tall. He was the Philistines' best warrior. He challenged the Israelite army to send their best fighter. The two warriors would fight each other. If Israel won, the Philistines would serve them. But if the Philistines won, Israel would have to serve them. But no one from the Israelite army was willing to fight the Philistine giant. They were all too scared. Then a young man named David came to visit his brothers who were in the Israelite army. He was bringing them supplies and checking to see how everything was going. As he arrived, he heard the giant speak.
I defy the armies of Israel today. Send me a man who will fight me.
Then David told his brothers and King Saul,
I will go.
But you're just a kid. You can't possibly defeat this giant.
I have taken care of my father's sheep for a long time. When a lion or a bear comes to hurt one of my sheep, I fight it to protect the sheep. If God can deliver me from the lion or a bear, then God will help me defeat this giant.
Good luck.
So David found 5 smooth stones and took his sling to fight Goliath.
What is this? Why are you sending a little boy out here to fight me? Am I a dog that you've come to play fetch with this little stick?
You come to me with sword and spear and javelin, but I come to you in the name of the Lord of heaven's armies, the God of the armies of Israel, whom you have defied.
Then David slung a stone and hit Goliath right between the eyes, and Goliath fell down. And all of Israel cheered for David.
Yeah! Yeah!
That's a great story.
Do you think God would be with us when we're afraid?
Yes, he definitely would. Wait, you two monsters get afraid?
All the time.
What are monsters afraid of?
Monster snakes, monster sharks, and monster spiders.
I hate monster spiders. They give me the heebie-jeebies.
Well, guys, it's getting kind of late. I need to get to sleep. Why don't you guys come back tomorrow and we'll talk more about God then?
That sounds great.
We can't wait.
All right, see you tomorrow, Ethan.
Okay, bye.
Eat all that!
Okay, so really quick, I'm gonna show you how to draw Goliath on your cup for this game we're gonna play. Now, I know it's stressful to start drawing with a permanent marker, but no worries if he turns out a little bit weird because he's a bad guy and it doesn't matter if he's pretty. So, we're gonna start with a big M. It's not gonna take up your whole cup, but it's gonna be like, I'm marking this with an M because my name starts with an M. So I'm gonna put little edges on the side. This is our helmet, our Goliath helmet. Bringing it around. If you know X-Men, kind of looks like Magneto's helmet. Now I'm gonna do a big smile down here, connecting these two edges, and that is the bottom of his head. I'm gonna do some big eyebrows, some big angry eyebrows. So it's nice and thick. So then I'm gonna do some U's coming down from the eyebrows. These are his angry eyes. I'm gonna put his pupils right in there. He is very mad. Then I'm gonna do a frowny face. And now around the frowny face, I'm gonna do a zigzaggy, jagged, crazy line. This is for his huge beard because I don't know. I always imagine Goliath with a beard. I'm gonna do his big beard. You can make it as big and crazy as you want. Then I'm gonna go over here and I'm gonna have a little stick person arm curving up here. I'm gonna do a little circle for his hand. I'm gonna do a long, skinny stick, little rectangle for his spear, and a triangle at the top. And that's your Goliath.
For this David and Goliath Cup game, here's what you're going to need to do. Take your Goliath, set him down, and and then you're gonna go around in your family, everybody takes turns, and you've got 90 seconds, and we'll see who can score the most points. You get 1 point for knocking Goliath over, and you get 3 points for making the ball into the cup.
Hello, boys and girls. I'm so glad I get to read your story for you tonight, and we have a great one. It's called The Napping House. Are you ready? Let's get started. There is a house, a napping house, where everyone is sleeping. Shh. And in that house, there is a bed, a cozy bed in the napping house where everyone is sleeping. See that bed? And on that bed, there is a granny, a snoring granny on a cozy bed in a napping house where everyone is sleeping. And on that granny, there is a child, a dreaming child on a snoring granny on a cozy bed in a napping house where everyone is sleeping. Shh. And on that child, there is a dog. A dozing dog on a dreaming child, on a snoring granny, on a cozy bed in a napping house where everyone is sleeping. And on that dog, there is a cat, a snoozing cat on a dozing dog, on a dreaming child, on a snoring granny, on a cozy bed in a napping house where everyone is sleeping. And on that cat, there is a mouse. Can you see that tiny little mouse? There is a mouse, a slumbering mouse, on a snoozing cat, on a dozing dog, on a dreaming child, on a snoring granny, on a cozy bed in a napping house where everyone is sleeping. And on that mouse, there is a flea. You have to look very, very closely to see that little tiny flea. Can it be a wakeful flea on a slumbering mouse, on a snoozing cat, on a dozing dog, on a dreaming child, on a snoring granny, on a cozy bed in a napping house where everyone is sleeping? that flea. A wakeful flea who bites the mouse. Look at the mouse. Who bites the mouse. Who scares the cat. Who claws the dog. Who thumps the child. Who bumps the granny. Who breaks the bed. Look at that. The bed is broken. In the napping house where no one is now napping. In fact, look at them. They're all outside playing. That was a good story, wasn't it? Good night, boys and girls.
Man, that was a great story. I love
Yes.
having Miss Marietta read to us. I feel like I could have her read to me every night. And I love that story, The Napping House. One of the things I like about it is the smallest thing, this tiny little flea, makes this huge difference. And to me, like, there's a lesson there, and that really small things can make really big differences.
And we learned about David and Goliath, how David, just a small guy, was able to overcome this giant. What I love about that story is that, David was afraid. He had to be afraid, but he didn't allow his fear to keep him from acting courageously. And that's the kind of courage that God gives us, even while we're afraid.
Awesome. Well, hey, this is the end of night 1. We hope that you'll join us again tomorrow at 7 for night 2. Wednesday night at 6:30 p.m. until 8 p.m., we're going to have our ice cream drive-through celebration here at the building.
In just a minute, you're going to see up on the screen some discussion questions, or you can find them in your packet. We just encourage you to take a couple of minutes, talk through those discussion questions. It should be a great time for you and your family.
Yeah, we'll see you guys tomorrow night at 7 p.m.
Bye-bye.